What happens when your roommate refuses to pay rent and thinks he's outsmarted you? Well, let's just say my old roommate learned it the hard way, and the ending was beautiful. I'm 29, and for about 4 years, I lived with 2 other guys, one 27, one 30. We weren't best friends, but we got along fine. Bills were split, chores handled, no drama. Honestly, it was one of those rare roommate situations that actually worked. Then, out of nowhere, one of them just stopped paying rent, bills, nothing. At first, we thought maybe he was just struggling financially, but then we found out the truth. He had spiraled into a meth addiction. By the time we realized what was happening, he owed about $2,000 in unpaid rent and utilities. So we sat him down and told him, either pay up or move out. His response, with a smirk, he goes, "Well, you can't evict me, so unless you want all of us kicked out, you'll just have to cover it." My other roommate and I weren't about to get stuck paying for his addiction, so we started digging for options. That's when we discovered something interesting, a program in our state for people in unsafe living situations. If a therapist signs off saying you need to move for safety, the landlord legally has to release you from your portion of the lease, no penalties. And yeah, living with a meth addict absolutely qualify. So we filed the paperwork, and suddenly we had our way out. There was one catch. Once you file, you still have to wait 30 days before you're released. So we had a month left in the house. Honestly, those 30 days were hilarious. The problem roommate strutted around like he'd beaten the system. He thought he had us trapped, like we were stuck paying his share. He had no clue we had already played the reverse card. Then came the perfect moment. Right before our 30 days were up, he left for a long weekend. We didn't waste a second. My other roommate and I packed up, moved everything out, and cleared the house in record time. When he came back, the meltdown was glorious. He blew up our phones, calling us shitty roommates for ditching him, and whining that it was unfair to leave him with the lease. But here's the thing. We followed the rules. We gave notice. We played it by the book. He just never believed we'd actually do it, because the lease was still in his name. When we left, he was the only one responsible for the rent. Last I heard from a mutual friend, he couldn't keep up. He got evicted and ended up crashing on his mom's couch. Meanwhile, my other roommate and I walked away completely clean. No debt, no penalties, nothing hanging over our heads. So yeah, try to stick me with your rent. Enjoy being the only one on the lease. It wasn't loud, it wasn't violent, it wasn't even dramatic. It was simple, legal, and honestly satisfying. Sometimes, the best revenge is just letting people fall into the trap they set for you.